Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Ladies, understand something. The top end of a woman's weight is 145 pounds. Okay. My mother's 5'9", and she was 145 pounds until she was 50. That's the top end of your weight, because there should be about a 40-pound difference between you and men.
Basically, if the guy is rich, what ends up happening is the lawyer contacts the person and be like, hey, you know, your name gonna be all in the paper, so you might as well just settle out of court.
I can recognize talent. Even if I don't agree with the politics, a lot of the politics that was underlying in the show and some of the sentiments he was trying to share, I recognize artistry when an artist is present.
Yes, this is the definition of absolutely cooked. We'll never go back and take a look at her bad decision and take accountability for any of that.
Because there is powerful people in the industry, somehow there is a different law that applies to them. And I agree with that assessment.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Can I talk to you for a minute? Happy Monday. What's the word? How's everybody feeling? How's your day going so far? We got a lot to cover. It's about to be a busy week. Shout out to everybody in the building. I'm gonna give y'all a chance to set a win before we get into today's topics. We will be on later, by the way. Shout outs to Sydney and Rob, the panel that's going to be tapping in. We're going to be covering mental health later on. I think that's a very, very important discussion. So make sure you locked in for that. I got a number of posts that I've uploaded today. We working. It's nothing new though. I want to get into this, right? It's a two-parter. We got Yellow Beezy and we got the Snow White trash that came out. People are pissed, disappointed. I did a review on it earlier, and it's probably not going to be any different than what I'm going to say here. But I figure, why not go ahead and throw that out there as well? I got a clip I'm going to play afterwards, and do me a solid. If you have any thoughts, any comments, do you agree with any of the verdict that's out on the movie? Did you enjoy it? Did you see it for yourself? Share your thoughts. If you have anything that you want to see us discuss up here, leave a comment, email me, reach out to me on Threads, Twitter, IG. I'm pretty responsive to everybody. It doesn't take me forever to get back to you. I'm not Hollywood or nothing like that. I don't even ask for anything. The only thing I require is your attention for a few minutes and maybe a repost or a like or a thumbs up. That's it. It's free. It doesn't really take a lot of energy to hit the button, but outside of that, man, I wanted to talk about this first. Shout outs to my writers, poets, content creators. Got to get my flowers out. Snow White. What we doing with Snow White? What we doing with Rachel Zegler? How did you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being awful, 10 being extremely enjoyable. What did you rate the movie, or did you see it? See, here's the thing. When I was growing up, I remember Snow White as being Snow White, being pretty like tight knit, not overly demonstrative. It wasn't like you had this woman or whatever you want to categorize her as like some feministic, overly aggressive chick that was angry at the world and mad at men and felt like they were being robbed of every fucking opportunity that they were given. When I was growing up, the movies, the animation, the writing, the history behind those events were still pure. It wasn't all tainted, and you had Halloween, you had costume parties, the little girls, the kids wanted to dress up like Princess Jasmine. They wanted to dress up like Snow White, the Seven Dwarfs. It was innocent. It wasn't like ratchet, and it didn't have a whole lot of racist undertones in it. But you know, as time went on, that's exactly what they did. They managed to fuck it all up, didn't they? They changed it. They altered everything that we enjoyed and loved about these movies. I remember being 6 years old and Beauty and the Beast would come on, or something like that. We sat in the living room, everyone, and watched it. Nobody was separated in different parts of the house. Everybody sat there and watched. It was still for kids. And it's sad that the older we got, the more selfish we got, the more volatile we got, the more I don't need a man for this. Women ain't shit. Men ain't shit. Hypergamy this, hypergamy that. I'm independent. Completely destroyed what we grew up on, what I grew up on. I used to love the cartoons, the just Disney. When you heard Disney, Walt Disney, when you thought about Walt Disney, you thought magic, you thought lore, you thought mystic, you thought fantasy and magic carpets, and it was wholesome. It was wholesome. And what Rachel Zegler failed to realize is the generation that she grew up in, the things that she idolizes and worships or sees value in is diluted. It's watered down versions of what we came to love and enjoy we're all over the age of 30, 40 now, some of us. So you know what I'm talking about. We had the lunch boxes, we had the book bags. It wasn't this convoluted concept of let's rewrite history. You fucked up a franchise over your feministic, racial bias beliefs, and you turned it into a nightmare. You completely ruined the experience. The children in 2025, when they see Snow White, Aladdin, when they watch this, they're not supposed to remember it for you wanting to wear pantsuits and wanting to be the man in the house and wanting you to fall under this sense of attitude and sass, and I can do whatever the hell I want. I'm a woman and this that. Like you cheapened the experience and turned it into something that it wasn't supposed to be at all. I done watched 4 different shows basically saying, look, man, she fucked up. She completely destroyed the show. Nobody wanted to watch it. The ticket sales are garbage. You ruined something that was supposed to be, in my mind, a timeless classic for the end of time, and turned it. That's why I asked not too long ago, should there be remakes? Should there be sequels? There's some things that you should never touch. This is one of them. There should have never been a remake to this. And I can name a few more that they should have left alone. But they decided to go forth with it. And all the reports that I've heard, nothing but fake smiles, an entitled 23-year-old wanting shit to be done the way that she wants it to be done. And the experience on set, it was not pleasant. I be wondering if these people are what they seem to be on camera, and because all of them fake ass smiles and all that bubbly personality and pretending like you're a people person and you love rabbits and unicorns and all that shit. You really hate people for real. You really do not like humans at all. You just getting paid handsomely, so you gotta get up here and pretend for promotion and for advertising sake to make it seem like you are the character, which is an irony. She played a character that she isn't in real life. Of all the people that you could have given this role to, you decided to give it to her. And I can guess why. But honestly, she wasn't qualified for that role. She just should have never gotten that role whatsoever. But chop it up to youth, her being a decent 5, because I'm just gonna say that she is no 7 or 8 at all. Not to mention the comments, the remarks that she's made about the Palestinians and the war that's going on out there, and her little subtle shots that she's firing at different audiences and people, the critics who voice their opinion and their dissatisfaction with the production. How the hell do you get the authority to rewrite Snow White? How the hell does that happen? You're going to modernize it, make it yours. Nobody wants that. When parents go to take their kids to see this, they want the real thing. I'm thinking you're going to bring the original to real life. I wanted to see the cartoon version of it in real life. Exactly how it was. I didn't want to see no change ups or no additions. So I don't know. Nobody asked for that. What gave you the impression that that was going to work? And you see this happen with everything now. They are trying to make you watch or enjoy or embrace something that is basically programming you to say men ain't shit, women ain't shit, fight against each other. It's okay to ensnare people within this web or deceit. It's okay to make little kids look at this, adopt it into their own development as they get older, and duplicate everything that they see, because that's all TV really does. It forces people into these uncomfortable hidden agendas. You end up being 26, 27 years old acting like you are a R&B singer or a rapper or some type of famous influencer off the street, runaway model with a shitty disposition and attitude towards everybody because you mimicked what you saw on TV. That's all TV does to feeble minds, man. And she tried that. That's exactly what she tried to do. She was using this to nullify what we grew up on and alter the course of the destination that was meant for kids. Aladdin was innocent. The most toxic thing about Aladdin was probably Jafar and maybe Iago's little attitude in his mouth. The most that you was going to get out of Beauty and the Beast was just this whole you got to kiss a prince, this that and that. Like even with that right there, it was already fucking people up, because you got this movie that is saying that a unattractive man is essentially worthless unless you can transform them into somebody that is worthy of admiration and acceptance by a large group of people. So unless you're handsome or attractive, you ain't shit. Beauty and the Beast was a scam. That shit right there was destined to corrupt the minds of little kids. fuck your morals and you having a good heart. You ugly. You look like you slept inside the fucking mop bucket of a school after programs. You stuck your head in a vacuum for 6 hours, removed it, washed your face with ashtray. If you're unattractive, you don't have no value whatsoever. You can't treat nobody right. You can't love no one properly. But at least with Beauty and the Beast, there was a overall message. Even though I disagree with you being unattractive and like some of the shit that it did have a message though. You can't judge books by its cover, even though people will do that to the death of them. But that shit right there, I would have never paid for it. The Snow White story, this one, bootleg. Sonic the Hedgehog, bootleg. I'm not about to pay $20, $30 for that. You know what I'm talking about. The popcorn, the soda be like $10. The candy be like $18. No. The ticket's only $5 though. I'm not paying for this. I want to remember Sonic for what it was on Sega Genesis, what it was on UPN. Bootleg. She got on camera talking all this shit about how everybody was going to go watch Snow White. Everybody was going to love it. Nobody wanted to see that shit. Nobody. And you mean to tell me y'all spent $250 million on that? And on top of that, y'all trying to start a GoFundMe. If you put any money into that GoFundMe, fuck you. If you invest a single dime into that GoFundMe, you are an idiot. Ain't no way in the world. As mouthy as she is, disrespectful as she is, as cocky and arrogant as she was, thinking your shit don't stink. You 23 and you small and still petite and fit, and your attitude tells me that you spoiled and what? Y'all be getting big-headed. That's the problem. You bought into this bullshit. Everybody kissing your ass and making you feel like you untouchable and you can get away with whatever the hell you want and do whatever the hell you want because you're a red carpet celebrity. You can pretty much go wherever you want, fly wherever you want, spin as recklessly as you want, and you can say the goofiest shit out your mouth and nobody's gonna check you for it, and you think that you can just no, ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. You can get out of here. You can really get out of here. How you gonna rewrite what I grew up on? That's like somebody from Marvel trying to take over Tory. I don't want to slaughter your name. Rest in peace. It's like my man from Marvel taking over Dragon Ball Z. It's like DC Comics taking over Mortal Kombat. Or Steven Spielberg's trying to do Street Fighter. Edgar Allan Poe trying to do a fucking Tyler Perry movie. Can you imagine Edgar Allan Poe doing a Tyler Perry movie? You can't mess with everything. Some stuff you need to leave the fuck alone. Don't touch it. Just let it remain as pristine as it was originally. Do not mess with it. That's wild. Yeah, the movie suffered. Yeah, of course it did. Why wouldn't it? What did you expect to happen? I digress. I'm going to segue. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if y'all saw it or not, but I want to segue over into this Big Mo Yellla Beezy story because I'm tired of black people killing black people. And I'm tired of us glorifying a lifestyle that hasn't really done anything but line the pockets of insurance companies and fund prisons and fund Congress and fund different sources outside of our culture to make sure that they never have to live like we live. I'm so over this. I got a clip I'm going to play. And after we review the clip, I'm going to do what I typically do and give my thoughts on it and the story in general. So do me a solid. I'm going to play this right now. It's like a good 3 minutes, a little over 3 minutes. If you have any opinions on it, you agree, disagree, share. I'm more than happy to, hear you out. Also, real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and plug this real quick. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed to the channel. The link is in all of my bios and all of my platforms. Let the algorithm know we here, we active. Just a small gesture. It's free, don't cost nothing. I'm not asking for donations or nothing. I'm just asking, support a black brother doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? My goal and mission is to hold people accountable, to bring more awareness. You know what I'm talking about. Let's get rid of the ignorance in our society. Let's make our streets safer. Let's stop acting like we too scared to speak about things that's going wrong because we don't want to be separated from a group of people who want to stay walking in this bullshit. That being said, let's get into this video, shall we?
Now they say he was.
The court cases are shaking now that Dallas rapper Yellla Beezy has been able to prove that he's not a flight risk. The judge let him out on bond. There's a lot to the story and a lot of information I've gathered since this entire case started. Let's talk about it. For those who are not familiar with the rapper Yellla Beezy, that's on me, baby. That's on me, baby. You remember that song? That was hot one of these summers, okay? Because at first I was like, I know Yellla Beezy face, but what's his music? As soon as I heard that, I knew exactly who it was. Well, he was released on $750,000 bond, right? But he wanted a $250,000 bond. He was able to pose that he was not a flight risk and that he was a loyal resident to the Dallas area, basically saying, I'ma stay home. Now, he cannot smoke anything. He cannot have any firearms. He can't have any protection around him. And I do not believe anybody around him can have any guns either, okay? He cannot contact anybody that has anything to do with this case. He can't contact Mo3's family, any witnesses, anybody that Mo3 knows, or he's going back. So he has a lot of stipulations. I do believe he's on tether, so he's going to be on ankle monitor, which is bad. He's going to be sitting in one place. No artillery, nobody to help him. He's going to have to figure out some kind of security. And, you know, that song, that was a minute ago. And this bond was hefty. Now, he probably had to pay 10%. I'm not good at math. What's that, $7,500 or something? I'm not good at math. But, you know what I mean? That does not say he's going to be safe. Do you see what I'm trying to say? His bond might have had a bond. But is he going to live through this? Because now that people are completely attaching him to Mo3's unaliving, and we kind of know he did it, sent hitmen out to do it, he's a target. And not a walking target, a sitting duck. Now, these are the two hitmen that Yellla Beezy allegedly sent out, Keywan White and Deborah Maurice Brown. Yellla Beezy and Mo3, they in their 30s. These young men are in their 20s. What? Easily manipulated. You know what I mean? He gave them allegedly $40,000 to do this hit. And one of the pieces of evidence that they got in this case is Yellla Beezy going to his account and exactly taking out, right before the unaliving, $40,000. Sir, not only do you look hot, these young men were hotter. Not only were they posting the money, they were rapping about it, trying to take off their rap careers about spinning on Mo3. I mean, literally, everybody just basically like, okay, so, hi, police officer. How you doing, sir? Here's the evidence. Oh, I'm sorry, you dropped something. Here's more evidence on me. Take me to jail. All right, thank you. Now, the more I also learned about Yellla Beezy during this case while it's been like unfolding. So I found out that his dad was big in the streets back in the day. So he's a little not necessarily a project baby, but like the top street dude's kid. So sometimes that can come off. They think they're project babies, but they're really spoiled kids. Do you see what I'm saying? Stay with me. Because if your daddy had all that money back in the day, I'm sure you yellow like your mama. You know, and it's giving off, you could tell in his face he had a pretty mama. It's giving baddie, went with the top street czar, had you. You know what I mean? You was able to pursue your rap career and rap about all the things that your daddy did, and or because your daddy was big in the streets, that kind of work and
sensational.
Where do you want to begin? Where do you want to begin? Initial thoughts? This shit again. Here we go again. The cycle continues. Nobody wants to stop it. And nobody feels responsible. Somebody wasn't justified. Somebody was justified. We got to get back. We got to get revenge. Do I need to know the story? Do I need to understand the context? Is there context? Is there any reason, any rationale? Is there any explanations? Is there a timestamp of events that would show that there was justification for his death, for this story right now to be unfolding the way that it is? Do I really need to know? I can give you some guesses. song lyrics, gang rival. Someone said something that the other person didn't like. A woman was involved. Someone was disrespected. Somebody was wearing the wrong color. Somebody looked at the other person the wrong way. That's just a few. We could continue. You didn't check in when you came to this part of the city. You didn't acknowledge me when I was here. You disrespected me on a track. You didn't pay the money that you were supposed to pay. You slept with somebody that was a part of this. You did this. You did that. Am I missing anything? Am I? It's the same cycle, day in and day out. The same issues. It's not smoke and mirrors. There is no elaborate concoction of mirage, disguising undertone hatred, solidifying the level of ignorance or violence. It's just the same basic shit that you see day in and day out. Are you entertained? Are you entertained? Is this what you thought your life would be? Is this what you asked for? Is this what you thought life would be like when you were 5 years old, 6 years old? Is this what you expected for your neighborhood, for your loved ones? Is this the environment that you wanted? Is this what you fought foreseen for your family, your future family? Is this what you prayed for when you were a child growing up? Is this what you wanted? I can't even count how many rappers under the age of 16 are in the grave right now as we speak. I can't even imagine. But let's for argument's sake, let's do some numbers. I'm going to crunch some numbers. Not a lot, but I just for the hell of it. I'm curious. We can go down a long list. Let's see what we got here. Okay, I got something for you right here. I'm gonna bring this up to the main screen. Let's have the conversation. Why not? I mean, we can talk about drama and death and sex all day. Let's just go down the rabbit hole. minute. I'm gonna bring this up here to the screen. Bada bing, for being in here, who reposted and shared this out. I appreciate it. I do. You could be anywhere right now. I don't know why, but you are, and I'm grateful for it. I thoroughly am. Let me see. I'm gonna go down a list of individuals, and some of these names I won't be able to pronounce. That's okay. You'll be able to see what I'm saying. Okay. Is this the one? Yep, this is it. All right. Let's bring this up here. So here we are. I'm going to scroll and read. This is a list of notable performers of rock and other forms of popular music and others directly associated with the music as producers, songwriters, or in other closely related roles who died in 2025. What do we have here? See, this is too broad. We got singers, we got composers, pianists. I need to find a different one. They knew what I was talking about. I'm referring to the gun violence, the unnecessary shootings, the unnecessary you stepped on my shoe bullshit, fighting over territory that don't belong to you. I'm talking about that shit. When you going to somebody else's funeral to shoot up the funeral, I'm talking about that ignorant shit. Like, why? Why does that? How can you have that much hatred in your heart for somebody? I'm gonna find this list. Hold on. Maybe we can go to 2024. Let me see what we got here. I don't listen to a lot of rap anymore because I know what it does to your mental health. So a lot of these names you might be familiar with, I'm not. All right, I got some right here. Bring this up real quick. Share screen. Right there. Share. Bring this up. There we go. All right. Now let's try this again. Hold on a minute. Give it a second. I got a slower laptop. Big screen, big screen. I'm just going to start reading. So, y'all really had an issue with me trying to pull that video up. I see. That was real petty. That was real petty. Y'all know where I was going with that, though. You know exactly where I was going with that. The shit has to stop. Like, at some point, we got to be better than this. Cannot convince me that anything happening with these untimely deaths are benefiting us at all. It is doing nothing for the community. It is not putting a bright light on us whatsoever. This shit is so messy, and like, I don't know how much more this we have to endure before the message is delivered. Like, seriously. What is it that's triggering people so much? Like, you that emotionally weak? You don't have no other avenues, no other ways to figure this out. Still get money. And nobody has to lose their life over it. Really. Really. This is just disappointing. This is extremely disappointing. And it's like, it doesn't really matter what you say and how much you pour out. It's like this shit just goes in one ear and out the other. And can we do something different? Can we at least try to do something a little different? This man bonded out on 750. You got that much money in your pocket? Like there's so much I want to say, but it's like, does it really matter? All this money and you still worried about street politics and being out here on this goofy shit. You set for life. You don't ever have to. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It's like, man, with all this bread, I don't want to be involved in no drama. Leave me the hell alone. I'm off enjoying what's left of my life. I ain't about to be sitting up here participating in this. But I guess that's the only way a lot of you maintain your notoriety, your success. Tragic. Absolutely tragic. YouTube, y'all fucked up. Messed up my stream. Everybody is gone now, and it's all right. It's all right. I'm spending back anyway. I'll be back on here later, 7 o'clock. Tap in with me. I won't fuck around with the sharing of the screen shit, because StreamYards, they be acting weird with me. But I'm about to get up out of here. I'll tap in with y'all a little bit later, man. That shit kind of pissed me off. I can't believe he actually took all of them. Right. I'll see y'all in a little bit.